listeners this morning. This is Jordan 105.5 FM, your entrepreneurship and value station. My name this morning is Priceless, and I will be the host on this show, Timeout with Dr. Bone. I'm sure you've been looking forward to it. We had a really exciting episode on Wednesday, and this is our next episode. And well, we look forward to getting as much feedback from you as possible. So today is one of those days that we will get that feedback from you, hopefully. And so it's about that time that we start out Time Out with Dr. Bone. And today's episode, we are going to be looking at fractures and trauma. I'm not the expert here. I have an expert in the house, and he will be doing justice to it. And you remember that we had him in the house on Wednesday as well, in the person of Dr. Chigozie Eze. He's a consultant, orthopedic, trauma, and arthroplasty. Good morning to you, Dr. Eze.
Good morning, Priceless.
Very
it's
fantastic.
Good to be here.
Yes, it is. Compliments of the season to you.
Merry Christmas, friends and audience.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so yes, the bones. Dr. Bone is here to actually teach everyone who is listening out there as much as possible about the care of your bones. And today we're going to be looking at fractures and trauma. We had a trivia last week, and we're going to be having another one this week. And I just did that by way of introduction. Also, one of the things that we would like to put out as quickly as possible at the beginning of this show is the fact that we look to partner with sponsors. You want to sponsor this show, you want to keep the show on air. We're asking as much as you can, if you can sponsor the show. I'll just give this over to Dr. Eze to just say more about that.
Yes, the show was actually conceived from premonition of in my practice in Abulek. I see a lot of patients walking in and say we don't have money, we cannot do this. I've seen those that have been to the other side, maimed, and they come back, and so I felt my team and I, what can we really do to bring succor to the suburb. We know Ableba is a low budget area, so this was how we conceived this show. One is to come on air and teach people free of charge. I intend to be here for as long as God gives me a life, twice a week, to give the free lectures and the rest of them. And I also, they say for much is given, much is expected. I also expect that many Nigerians would come and partner with us and advertise their products on this program, and with the short jingles, they want to come sit in and be interviewed and the rest. And another important part is the philanthropy part of it. When Nigerians will come up and say, oh, Dr. Bone, God has blessed me, I want to do something for an indigent Nigeria that has not been able to pay his hospital bills, has not been able to manage himself. And I have a child, a 2-year-old. The father has kept calling me to remind me that he's still looking for money to correct the bow leg of a 2-year-old that is almost 4 now. Do you understand? So the philanthropic gesture is there, and the paid advert for corporate entities, for individuals and the rest of them, they can also come in, so that we keep this show afloat. It's going to be twice a week. It's going to run as long as you keep us on air.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Dr. Eze, because I think it's a very laudable thing that you're doing, by the way. That's very fantastic, and it's about time we had such knowledge dispersed to the people. All right, we'll move on now and talk about now, despite rising cases of stroke and other aging related diseases, I understand that less than 4,000 physiotherapists are serving 200 million Nigerians, according to the Provost, College of Medicine, University of Lagos, Professor Abfolabi Lesi. Dr. Bone, your opinion here?
Yes, my opinion, yes. In health, medical personnel, it takes time to train them, and when the remuneration is not there, they also leave. I am a physiotherapist also.
Yes, you said
graduated as far back as 1998, and I can assure you, out of 21 of us from that class, about 19, 17, 18
Wow.
out of the country. Just
Oh, wow.
left, 3 of us left within the country.
Uh-huh.
So we will continue to have this brain drain when people want to look for greener pastures. Yes, there's really scarcity of personnel.
You know, I look at the numbers, 400 to 200 million. That's a huge disparity. I hope more people will get on board and assist where this is concerned. You know, get trained, of course, get trained as physiotherapists and assist. Okay, it's about that time that we will announce the winners of the last trivia. And first of all, I'll just announce the answer to the last trivia. The last trivia, the question was, how many years does it take a student, you know, a medical student, to become an orthopedic surgeon? And we had options. We had 6 years, we had 7 years, and we had 14 years. And the first two people who gave the first correct answers, which is 14 years, Raphael 0813-954-3398, whose answer came in at 5:42 p.m. And the other one, there was no name, 0706-155-3241, whose answer also came in at that same 5:42 p.m. But Dr. Eze, this answer, 14 years, how do we come about 14 years?
It's very simple. If a fresh student from secondary school wants to read medicine,
Okay.
he spends 6 years.
Okay.
School. And when they are done with the 6 years, a 1 year housemanship or internship, and another 1 year NYSC, service to the nation.
Yes, very
Then
true.
you now come back to do the postgraduate training in orthopedics for another 6 years. That makes it 6 plus 1 plus 1 plus 6. That is 14
Wow, that's
years.
14 years. That's huge. Thank you so very much. Indeed, we have another trivia, you know, today, and I'll just be putting out that trivia very quickly because we have serious business to discuss today. The trivia for today, the question: what was the topic for the first edition of Timeout with Dr. Bone on Wednesday? That's A, orthopedic medicine and patient education, B, orthopedic medicine and patient safety, or C, orthopedic medicine and patient instruction. You can send your answers via SMS only to 0806 152 7292. That's 080 615 27292. The first two winners will receive a recharge card voucher each, courtesy of Barrister Angela and Co. So that's, you just take note of that. The question again: what was the topic for the first edition of Time Out with Dr. Bone on Wednesday? A, orthopedic medicine and patient education, or B, orthopedic medicine and patient safety, or C, orthopedic medicine and patient instruction. So before the end of the show, we will relay that information again. But it's about that time that we will talk about the topic of the day, which is fractures and trauma. We'll go on a very quick break, and when we come back, we'll discuss this.